Well, after 4 years of dealing with mold issues, a former resident of Mechanicsville is speaking out tonight.
8 News spoke with a resident who says she now has health issues from mold exposure at an apartment there. 8 News reporter Sarah Molina joins us live in the digital center. After speaking with her, Sarah, how's she doing now?
Well, Deanna, 39-year-old Christina Cardea tells me she's been in Miltrace Village Apartments for 4 years, living with her boyfriend and one unwanted guest, mold. She says each time she contacted the leasing office, it was never handled properly.
Yeah, it's almost killed me. It was literally killing me.
Christina Cardea says she and her boyfriend moved into the Mechanicsville apartment complex in 2020, immediately noticing signs of mold.
When I tasted it in the ice, I knew immediately that there was mold in the ice machine.
But it wasn't until February of this year when it became an issue with management and the beginning of Cardea's health issues.
I had pneumonia about 6 times over the past 2 years. Numerous sinus infections, ear infections. Last year my ear canal ruptured, and now I have permanent lung damage. I have COPD, stage 2, almost stage 3, and I'm only at 15% lung capacity now.
Cardea says she had no pre-existing conditions except allergies, and after seeing a doctor at Patient First for over a year, he determined her illnesses are all symptoms of mold exposure.
This is the mold that we just found in our bedroom.
After missing multiple days from work to her illnesses, she says Miltrace management told her she could break the lease early if she had a doctor's note. But,
well, I can't accept this. Anybody at Patient First could have written the doctor's note for you. And it was very offensive because I've been in the medical field 15 years, and I was like, you can't just deny a doctor's note.
A chain of emails shared with 8 News shows management's attempts to remedy Cardea's apartment in February, June, and August.
It was done wrong, like our stuff was exposed. We had to throw everything out.
And when she asked the complex for the workers' credentials, no response was given.
I was literally dying. And being 39 years old, that's a really hard pill to swallow.
I did reach out to Miltrace Village Apartments, but they did not provide a comment. Cardea says she was able to break the lease 2 months early, but now she and her boyfriend say they plan to take legal action against the complex. Live in the Digital Center, Sarah Molina, 8 News.
All right.
Welcome back. A woman in Cordell claims she is just now getting better after being exposed to toxic mold where she works.
She's afraid that her employer is ignoring her concerns, too. News 9's Carl Torp joins us from Cordell with the story.
That woman is a nurse here at the Cordell Christian Home, a nursing home. Now, it says it doesn't have a mold problem, but she claims that she's got pictures that prove otherwise.
I cannot stand to be inside the building.
Because of this, says nurse Angela Harris. She claims she took the pictures here at the Cordell Christian Home. They appear to show mold, which Harris says is making her sick.
I have a lot of gastrointestinal issues that mimic irritable bowel syndrome. I have a chronic cough.
Harris tells us she got more information on her health from an ear, nose, and throat doctor in Midwest City.
He told me that the symptoms that I was having, the immediate reaction symptoms and the long-term symptoms, were symptoms related to toxic mold exposure and toxic mold toxicity.
The registered nurse says she started telling maintenance crews at the facility her concerns 3 months ago and confronted administrators about it a few weeks ago when nothing was done.
They have yet to have a professional into the building.
Instead, Cordell Christian Home told News 9 they themselves cleaned their heating and air ducts, which was sufficient with OSHA standards. They also claimed that a test proved this wasn't mold, but dust or dirt. The nursing home would not go on camera or provide documentation that a proper test was ever performed.
They lack concern on this issue.
Harris left work in mid-December, but wants to return to caring for the 60 or so elderly residents. However, not until a professional walks through the door with a clear answer of what this is and the hazard it may pose.
If they don't want to test the air quality in the building for me, at least do it for the residents.
In Cordell, Carl Torp, News 9.
Now, the nursing home claims there are only issues in 2 residents' rooms, and once again, they say everything has been cleaned.
One woman just moved to Las Vegas, and now she's moving again after she says the apartment she was living in was just unbearable. She claims she didn't get the help that she wanted from management, so she called us, because when you ask, we investigate. Contact 13 investigative reporter Stephanie Zeppelin shows us what she's dealing with.
The woman we talked to today says she asked them multiple times to fix the issues in her apartment, but things got so bad she just moved out.
So Jada Jones took this video of her leaking air conditioner unit.
I have notified management.
But she says this was far from the worst it got at Village Square Apartments. She says this happened 6 different times.
I have asthma, so that's a huge concern of mine. And this went on for quite a few weeks with them having to come out and repair the AC unit, and each time allegedly it was fixed.
Then she discovered mold in her unit.
I found different spots in the apartment in which mold actually consisted. So it was underneath the bathroom sink, actually within the vent of the AC unit, and also some places in the kitchen, such as above the refrigerator and the kitchen cabinets.
Which she says explained an asthma attack she had.
I was shocked, bottom line. Yeah, and that I couldn't stay there.
She moved out in early June and says she never heard anything more from management. So we went to Village Square Apartments to see what they had to say. We knocked, but they wouldn't talk. So we left our number for them to pass on to the regional manager. We're waiting for a call back. Stephanie Zeppelin, 13 Action News.
We looked into this story after a viewer emailed us. If you have a story you would like us to investigate, just send us an email to 13investigates@ktnv.com and be sure to include your telephone number. Neighbors are...
Well, this morning, families at an apartment complex in North Houston have serious health concerns. This is in Northeast Harris County, rather. Their concerns are stemming from mold growth and pest infestations. It's happening at the Haverstock Hills Apartments on Aldine Bender Road and Lee Road, right off the East Tex Freeway. Residents there say management has been unresponsive to their complaints. KPRC2's Kathy Hernandez is showing us how this is impacting their lives every day and their health, and the help available for all Texas renters if you happen to be in the same situation.
These families are in a very tough situation. They say the property management is not doing anything to fix it, but according to state law, landlords are required to remedy the problem.
There were feces backups from the tub and the toilet, dishwasher and sink connection. You couldn't wash anything because you couldn't get it to go down.
Those are just some of the conditions tenants at the Haverstock Hills Apartments on Aldine Bender Road are experiencing. They describe deteriorating living conditions that pose potential health risks to families, including children. In addition to the mold, they say they have roach infestations, water damage, and faulty appliances. A mother says one of her children has developed a persistent cough and another has dealt with severe allergies because of the mold. Our Devin Clark talked to families yesterday.
I've been complaining about this for about 3 weeks now.
3 weeks, and management has been telling you they're going to get it taken care of, get it taken care of, but so far no one has showed up.
Nobody has showed up.
While the Texas Property Code doesn't mention mold specifically, mold can be considered a health and safety issue. State law does say landlords have a duty to remove conditions that, quote, materially affect the physical health or safety of an ordinary tenant. If you're having these issues, send the landlord a dated letter by certified mail requesting they remove the mold. The landlord has 7 days to remedy the problem once they receive that notice. If nothing has been done 7 days later, write a second letter. If it's still not resolved, you do have options, but they all require going to a justice of the peace court to ask a judge to intervene. They have authority over landlords to fix the issue, and tenants do not need an attorney. You can also file a claim with the Texas Attorney General's website. Here in Houston, you can also file a complaint with the Houston Health Department by calling 311. They will come here to investigate and can issue a citation. We'll post all that information on our website, click2houston.com. Reporting in North Houston, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC2 News.